the first time since 2016. They ended up starting 6-0 that season. So Bond on his way into the football. Foot meets leather, we're underway at Kyle Field. And it'll be a touchback. And so Shane, let's bring DJ Lagway out. So still a 3-by-1 set. And Lagway out of the shotgun off the right hash. Sticks in the belly of ball, now drops back to pass. Slings it out right side, wide open catch, 26-yard line. Hansen rumbles down the right sideline. Big chunk play here for Hansen, and finally brought down near midfield. I think they'll spot him at the Florida 49.
Excellent protection. Good read by DJ. We went play action trying to get a ball down the field. Hansen just slipped into the flat. Busted coverage by the Aggies. Good decision. Huge gain on first down.
3 left, single right. Motioning is Vernell Brown. Snap back to Lagway from the 49. Climbs the pocket. Slings the sidearm pass to the right flat. Caught by Brown. It's complete. It is a gain of about 5 yards and onto the plus side. Damian Sanford made the tackle, but Lagway shed a would-be sacker. Shrugged him off to make the throw with the sidearm.
Yeah, he showed his strength and size on that play, Sean. The defender got him by the shoulder pad, but he slid up in the pocket, threw an accurate pass, got us in 2nd and short.
2nd and 6, gain of 4 on the play to the Aggie 47-yard line. Just on the top side of the A&M logo, which is in reverse to us on this side of the field. Toss sweep left side. Baugh gets the edge, broke a tackle. 45-40 outside the numbers, toward the 30-yard line and out of bounds into the Aggie bench. Opposite of us, Des Ricks moves him out of play. And it's a first down for the Gators, brought to you by your superhero movers.
Good job.
Greek moving and storage.
Really good job sealing the edge there. We ran a little toss out of the shotgun, toss sweep to the left. Jaden Baugh obviously did what he normally does, broke a lot of tackles.
Wholesale subs up front for the Aggies. And the Gators 1st and 10 at the Texas A&M 32. Now on the left hash. 2-by-2 set, shotgun snap. Fake the handoff, throws a dart on a quick slant to Trey Wilson. Makes the catch, first down Gators. Brought down to the A&M 19-yard line. Good to see Wilson get a touch here. Did not have a catch last week.
Yeah, Trey lined up in the slot. That was an RPO. DJ stuck it in the belly of ball and threw the slant. If he had set his feet, he may have scored. He threw it a little behind him.
1st and 10 now at the 19-yard line. Lagway throws again. This time caught by Dallas Wilson to the right side. Short pass. And a gain to the 13-yard line. Des Ricks on the stop again off the corner for Texas A&M. The Gators have entered the one blood big red bus red zone. And they hope to capitalize against an A&M defense that's been very stingy against their opponents entering that red zone. 2nd and 4 at the 13. Right hash. Lagway of the shotgun. Takes the silent count snap, throws it left side, somehow caught at the 9 by Brown. Broken tackle, spins inside the 5, and brought down to the 2. Woo, that was close. Could have been picked off by Torian York, who finally ended up making the tackle.
Well, Vernell just ran a hitch route, went down there 6 yards, turned around, but DJ threw it inside. And boy, that could have been a pick 6. Great hands by Vernell Brown to third.
1st and goal at the 3. Take the snap. Hand it off the ball, trying to get through a crowd, shoves his way to the 1. Brought down just short of the end zone. DJ Hicks on the tackle up front. One of those 2 tackles we're going to talk about today, Hicks and Regis for Texas A&M. Amir Jackson checks in at tight end for the Gators, who are without Livingston today. So he will be the 2nd tight end behind Hayden Hansen. 2nd and goal now at the 1 for Florida on the opening drive. Slaughter reaches over the football. Wilson left. Wilson right. Dallas left, Trey right. Fake the hand off the ball. Rolling right. Throw for Lagway to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Gators. And it's the tight end we just talked about, Amir Jackson, with his first touchdown. Gators lead it 6-0.
Well, what a drive that was. We did our little play action bootleg to the right. Amir just slid behind the offensive line. It's a staple in our offense. We run that play multiple times, but he was wide open.
So Reed, 3 games this year with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Last year during a sub roll against the Gators, he carried it 13 times for 83 yards, 11 of 17 passing, 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's in the pistol. 1st and 10 Aggies at their own 25, moving right to left. Take the snap, turn the wrong way on the play fake. Good pocket, Wines throws a big one down the middle, and it's caught at the 21-yard line. He's down inside the 10. Mario Craver beats Bryce Thornton, and the Aggies have an answer here on what looked like a busted play at first, but maybe just some deception in the backfield.
Yeah, either the running back or the quarterback faked the wrong way. It was max protect, and they were launching this ball, and we just talked about it. Their two receivers are just big play-type receivers. They're going to take shots, and unfortunately, they hit that one.
From the 25 of A&M to the Gators 8. First and goal, Aggies. 3-by-1 set, off the right hash, Reed. Bullets the back out of the backfield. Quarterback run for Reed between the tackles, untouched. Into the end zone. Aggies use 2 plays to answer right back. This to tie it early. And Bond's extra point is good. 2 plays, 75 yards, 54 seconds. The 67-yard pass to Craver. Uncorked it here. And Craver's one of these 2 receivers that have transferred in to play with Marcel Reed. Craver from Mississippi State, Casey Concepcion from NC State. I didn't know the wall would help, but okay. Bond's kickoff, right to left. This will be into the end zone and over Vernell Brown III. Trey Wilson motions out into a 2-by-2 set. Ball in the pistol with Lagway. Toss sweep left side. Ball in traffic is escorted out of bounds into the A&M bench for no gain. Torrey in New York will get credit here, but there wasn't any room to cut through there for Jaden Ball, who carried it a career-high 27 times last week.
Yeah, very similar to the toss sweep we ran earlier in the first drive, but nothing was there. The Aggie defense really did a good job stringing it out.
2nd and 10. There's a roar here at College Station. Bullet ball out of the backfield to the right. Lagway, quick throw over the middle. Batted down, incomplete. Tried to slice through 2 defenders, but Chappelle, the safety, or the nickel rather, took away a pass toward Vernell Brown III. It's 3rd and 10.
Here's our 23 on 3rd down. The Gators are lining up in an empty formation.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right and the tight end. Swinging out to Trey Wilson. Makes the catch, cut back, took a hit at the 31, and then is brought down with help. They tried to get Hansen out there to lead block in that formation. It's a gain of 6 on the play, but it'll bring up 4th down, and the Gators will punt.
Yeah, we ran a wide receiver screen out here to Trey Wilson. It was one of those kind of where guys were just kind of standing around.
Number 76 for Florida is now number 82.
We were trying to catch A&M looking to the sideline, and we did a quick snap and fired it out here, but we have to punt.
Tommy Doman to punt along the right hash. 4th down and 4 to go. Snap back to Doman clean, and it gets away. A booming kick. Heading for the near sideline, fielded at the 20. And brought down immediately. Reed in the shotgun, takes the snap, and hands it off. And Moss will push forward to the 26-yard line. Le'Veon Moss, one of the 2 backs that Shane will use. The other's Reuben Owens.
Yeah, they got a kind of that 1-2 punch out of the backfield. And normally you think of the Aggies under a defensive head coach wanting to run the football. They've run it well this year, but majority of their big plays have come in the passing game.
Gain of 5 to the 25-yard line. Stay on the left hash. Tight end and a receiver left. Single wide out right. Play fake. Reed fires right side. Caught. First down Aggies. Couple of yards after the catch to the 34. Armani McClain, who was targeted 7 times last week, gave up 5 receptions, was the defender here for the Gators.
Boy, Camardi McClain was on an island by himself, had Concepcion man-to-man. He just ran a curl route. He had pretty good coverage, but the timing of the throw and the route, it was hard to stop.
1st and 10, A&M at their own 34. Off the right hash, with trips to the right with a pair of tight ends. Single left. Moss darts out of the backfield. Throw right side. Caught by the tight end. Broken tackle at the Gators 46. And finally wrestled out of bounds on the far sideline near the Gators 38-yard line. Nate Borkircher out of Nebraska with the big catch. He was wide open.
Yeah, ran a wheel route, and that was a really good high straight ball by Marcel Reed. Put it right on him by their sideline. Right now, Colin Klein, the offensive coordinator, is really dialing them up against our defense.
And Reed is calm as can be. No pressure on him. 1st and 10 at the Florida 38. Two-back set now. Shotgun snap. Handoff. Broken tackle in the backfield. Spinning forward for more is Moss to the Gators' 33-yard line. Brought down there by Childs. There was a Gator helmet that went flying, and that was off the head of Mekhi Barreau. The starting tackle now has to come off.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was much there for Le'Veon Moss, but he did a little spin move and then darted forward and picked up, gosh, I think 5 or 6 yards.
Owens now in as one of the running backs. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 now from the 33. Two-back set, movement on one of the backs. Motion him out to the right. Snap back, flag down, catch made by the tight end coming out of the backfield. This may be coming back though. We'll see what the linesman on the near side tells our referee today. Oh, it's against the Gators, offsides. Wow, going to be a first down for Texas A&M.
Number 0. That penalty is declined. Resulting play is a first down.
Offsides on Sharif Denson, the star back.
Yeah, he was coming on a backside blitz, tried to time up the snap count, but across the line of scrimmage. Another good read by Marcel Reed, throwing away from the blitz in the flat to his right.
1st and 10 now at the 22 of the Gators. Morrow, one of the backs with Reuben Owens. Fake to Owens. Reed scrambling, throws right side, caught at the 2, and into the near side portion of the end zone. Touchdown, Morrow, Texas A&M. And the Gators have no answer right now defensively for the Aggies, who now lead it 13-7.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw there. They went with a 2-back set. Ran Moreau out of the backfield on a corner route. Marcel Reed had to step up in the pocket, and he was just wide open. I mean, that was an easy pitch and catch.
I don't know if there's been a receiver well covered yet.
I would agree.
First lead for A&M at the 6:19 mark of the first quarter.
The Aggies have 156 yards of offense already.
Yeah. Extra point is good. He now kicks right to left. Cornell Brown, the 3rd, deepest to receive. He elected not to return one 1 yard deep last time, and this one's halfway through and tumbles through the back. Hansen comes back into the formation. Lagway to throw, right side, one-on-one, laying out. Sturdivant's got the catch as he goes out of bounds, and yeah, it's complete. There's a big chunk play out to midfield, maybe to the plus side by a yard. It is.
Yeah, the Aggies played one high press coverage, single. You had a lot of land out here to our sideline. Single coverage, really good quick decision by DJ. Catch the snap and give Sturden a chance.
Laid out, got a big catch. 2 tight ends set, 1 to each side. 1st and 10 Gators to the Aggies 49. Lagway in the pistol with the ball. Motions Jackson right to left. Turns, hands it off the ball. Stutter steps to his left, broke through. 45, stiff arms a man at the 43, still on his feet, hurdles him as he goes out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 yards to the 38-yard line. Chunk play, explosive for Jaden Baugh. First down, Florida.
Yeah, that was very well blocked, and then Jaden Baugh, we ran like a little power play inside. He bounced it outside, stiff-armed a lot of people, which that's kind of his thing now when he gets outside the hashes. Big pickup by the Gator offense.
5.2 yards per carry through the first 5 games for Baugh. Stays in at running back. 1st and 10 Gators down by 7. Spotted at the 38. Lagway ready on the left hash. Lagway to throw, right side, and he overshot Sturdivant outside the numbers down near the 19, covered by Des Ricks.
Yeah, a lot of people in the box there, Sean. They played that one high safety. They pressed both receivers. A lot of green grass. Good read by DJ. Just fired it too far out of bounds.
He threw for 75% last week. 4:54 to go in the first quarter. 14-7 Aggies. Now 2nd and 10 at the A&M 38. Jackson motions out to wide left. 3-by-1 set. Lagway out of the pistol, looks to throw. Winds, fires down the right side, pushing and shoving, laying out, making a catch for L. Brown. Got it. Down inside the 10. First and goal, Gators at the 7-yard line on a dazzling catch by number 8.
Well, if they're going to play us like this all night, you're going to see a bunch of go balls. It's just one-on-one like out in your backyard. And, boy, what a little savvy move there by Burnell Brown to third. He kind of gave it a little flipper, a little push-off right as the ball was coming.
This play might be under review. All right, referee today is Lee Hedrick, and he has gone down.
Rolling on the field is a catch. That play is now under video review.
Sure enough, and we're going to get a football, and I think the call will be upheld, Shane. He bobbled it on the way down, secured it. Nope, the other angle is going to show it's incomplete.
Yeah, unfortunate.
All official reviews during tonight's game brought to you by the longest running sponsor of the Gators, your Florida Dairy Farmers. It takes hard work for Florida's dairy farmers to produce more than 300 million gallons of milk each year. Oh boy, this really stinks.
Yeah, this one's going to get overturned.
Yep.
But here's the thing, Sean. If they're going to play us like this, we need to do this all night long. You know, DJ he's going to throw some incomplete balls, but you got to keep giving our guys chances in this one-on-one. Maybe you get some pass interference calls as well.
And they seem to be picking on Des Ricks.
The one thing I can tell you is the most important for Florida and some of these young receivers is closing off the defender on the route.
Rolling on the field is upheld. It's first down.
Oh, hello. Oh. And a Wildcat here with ball ready to take the direct snap. Lagway is wide left to the field side. Brown motions left. Ball takes the snap. Running forward, nothing there. Got to the 6. So maybe a gain of a yard here. Ratcliffe stepped up from the safety position to stuff the play.
Yeah, just ran a counter play out of the Wildcat. Pulled the left guard and the left tight end, who's like the H-back. Not a whole lot of movement by the big guys on that play.
Gators will sub Trey Wilson back in. Ball was a Wildcat quarterback in high school a lot. He is now lined up behind the left guard. Lagway with the shotgun on the right hand. Second and goal from the 6. Motion Brown across. Fake the handoff. Send it left side of the end zone. Twisting catch. Touchdown, Gators! Third touchdown already now for Dallas Wilson. Wilson in his second game put 6 more on the board. He beat Des Ricks. Trey Smack on for the extra point and a tie. Dolman to hold. Great snap by Underwood. And the extra point is good in the first quarter. The extra point brought to you by the good hands at Allstate, who will contribute to the Gators Athletic Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. 2 big plays. Shane Matthew, we talked about the lack of the big play in the Gators offense. They were clutch on that drive here to tie the game up.
Yeah, I mean, if A&M's going to continue playing us this man coverage, you got to take shots on the outside. And
we talked about a possible rock fight here tonight, and it's 14-14 as Smack sends the kickoff entirely through the back of the end zone. We're all tied, and Reed comfortable in the shotgun, fakes a handoff, and looks to throw. Pressure coming, scrambling, trying to get loose, throws downfield and incomplete. Nowhere close to Concepcion, the intended receiver, about the 45-yard line. Robinson was in pursuit. Makai Barreau broke through first for the Gators, who've made Reed uncomfortable for the first time today.
Yeah, they had a breakdown in their protection, and Barreau came clean. Marcel kind of ran around, and boy, Concepcion looks like he's got an Achilles, or he's grabbing his left foot.
Oh no.
That'll be huge for the Gators if he's not able to play.
He is a massive, massive threat. 2nd and 10. A&M's offensive line has allowed 6 sacks this season. That's it. Handed off. Moss, right side, hurdles a man, and a gain of about 4 yards. 4.5 yards, and he's just shy of the A&M 30-yard line. Jaden Robinson made the tackle on Le'Veon Moss.
Well, Concepcion's back in the game.
Well, but it's worth keeping an eye on, because like you said, he went over to the sideline. Not looking good. He makes the run all the way across the field to be wide left of Reed toward the Gators bench. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. It's 3rd down and 5 here for A&M. This is a big down for the Gators defense. They go 3-by-1 with 3 to the field side. Off the right hash, Reed takes the shotgun snap. Pressure coming. Throws over the middle. That is caught. First down A&M. One of their tight ends, Theo Mellon-Ostrom, their leading pass catcher out of that position, brings it in over the middle to move the chains.
Yeah. Their tight end just lined up on the hash, went down, ran like a 12-yard dig route, in-breaking route, and Marcel Reed put it right on him.
Out to the A&M 44. New set of downs for the Aggies. Shotgun snap to Reed, fakes a handoff, throws left side, caught but then cut down immediately was Mellon-Ostrom, the tight end. And a nice play by Sharif Denson to come up and knock him off his feet.
Yeah, Sharif got beat the previous play, but made up for it right there.
We're going to call it no gain on the play. 2nd and 10, so it stays on the 44. 14-14 the score, 1:56 and counting left in the first quarter. Now on the left hash, unbalanced line to the boundary. Crowd gets quiet, Reed ready for the snap, claps for it, and will hand it off. And a run between the tackles, good for close to 6 yards, right to midfield. Brendan Bett finally brings down Reuben Owens the second.
Yeah, this gap scheme blocking so far by the Aggies, meaning they're running a lot of counters where they're pulling the 2 backside linemen. They're blocking down and kicking out. They've been having a lot of success early in the ball game with those plays.
I'm going to ask you more about that in a second. 3rd down and 4. The Aggies looking for their first 3rd down conversion, although they put 14 points on the board. Owens at running back. Shotgun snap, Reed to throw. Right side, quick slant, caught, almost broken up. Broken tackle, first down Aggies. And finally brought down as Craver between the hash marks of the Florida 40-yard line by Bryce Thornton.
Man, we had good coverage on that slant route. I don't know if that was Craver. I don't know if he was on Sharif Denson or not, but that's just better execution from the offense there. They had great coverage.
50-50 ball. 1st and 10 right between the hashes at the Florida 40. Concepcion motions back to the formation. He'll block. Hand off Owens. And a good push up front. We'll get 4 yards to the 36. Jada Robinson in there, among others. Brandon Bett also on the tackle. Might be the final play of the quarter. Reed in the shotgun. 3-by-1 set to the field side, including a tight end. They'll hand it off to Owens. Got an early crease, but brought down just shy of the line to gain. Nice play by Jordan Castell, making the tackle out of the safety position to make it 3rd and 1.
Need a big stop by the defense here, force a field goal attempt. It may be one of those type of games.
It could be.
Although I doubt they would even attempt the field goal. They'll probably go for it.
Concepcion left. Terry Bussey wide right for the Aggies. Tight end of the backfield. 3rd and 1. Reed will hand it off, and they'll get the first down. Again, to 2 to the 29. So the Aggies will move the chains here on a 2-yard run, stopped by Cameron James.
You know, we talked about going into that Miami game, the size of the Hurricane offensive line.
Yes.
These dudes right here are pretty good size as well.
319, 315, 330, 325, 336 left to right. The weights of those offensive linemen. 1st and 10 A&M at the Gators 29. Childs now in at linebacker in the middle there for the Gators defense. Concepcion motions left to right. Reed takes the snap. Gators rush 4. Scrambling, rushing. Reed up the middle and then said, whoop, hold on. He turned his back to the defender, who's Childs, and is brought down, but it looks like a gain of 8 by Marcel Reed. Quarterback designed run, Shane, or did he just get loose?
No, it's just he got pressure. We brought Sharif Denson off the edge. He stepped up in the pocket, saw a running lane. Good thing he didn't bounce it outside. He kind of cut back to the Gator defender. If he keeps it outside, he gets probably another 10 yards.
Got 7 there, make it 2nd and 3. Tight end to each side. Reed off the left hash, takes the snap, hands it off to Moss, got through the middle, stood up at the 10, breaks loose, and strides into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Bond for the extra points. And it is through, and Texas A&M leads at 21-14. We'll take a break. Gators get it back in this shootout here at Kyle Field. Early second quarter, 13:04 to go until halftime. Aggies 21, Gators 14. We'll see if they're a part of the answer here as the Aggies have just taken the lead and now kick it off left to right. This will be a touchback, and Shane Matthews, 21-14 A&M. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. No, he gave it up. And churning forward is K.D. Daniels on his first carry of the ball game. And he'll get close to 6 here on first down. Stopped by Onyedem, the defensive tackle, the backup tackle for the Aggies.
So inside zone of K.D. Daniels. Boy, that was a powerful run by the little guy. Just kept churning his legs. Good play on first down.
2nd and 4 as a result. From the 31. Langley in the shotgun. Receivers punch to each side. Now Trey Wilson motions out wide left. Langley fakes the handoff. Pocket closing. Throws over defender toward Dallas Wilson. Incomplete out near the left flat. Well covered as he was heading for the near sideline. And Will Lee, the third, the opposite corner of Ricks, was the defender. It is third down.
That was a tough throw there. It was a shallow cross coming from right to left by Dallas Wilson. They had man coverage, no separation. Sometimes when you know it's man, Sean, you got to stair step the guy, kind of get him upfield for a yard or two and then snap it off.
Gators 0 for 1 on third down here in the first half. It's as loud as it's been tonight here with 106,000 plus. And the Gators look confused offensively. 3rd and 4 at the 31. Florida might have to take a timeout. And that was totally induced by this crowd.
Florida. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
Lagway with 3 to his right, single left. Now motions Sturdivant to the left side. Lagway steps up in the pocket. He's closing. Ball's out. K.D. Daniels jumped on it. But the ball stripped from Lagway, recovered by Daniels. Albert Regis wrecked it on the A&M side. And the Gators will punt for the second time in the half.
Well, they brought a slot defender. I'm not sure if it was K.D.'s responsibility or what, but he got to him late. Caused DJ to step up, and then the pressure that was being pushed right in his face. Fortunate we got back on that football.
Concepcion back for the Aggies at his own 32. Doman's got a hammer one here. Snap back to him. Doman lets it go off his right foot. Hanging up for Concepcion. Is going to let it bounce to the 38 of the Aggies. Takes a Gator roll and is down near the 32-yard line. Marcel Reed will take the snap and hand it off to Moss, who bounced it out right side. And then pulled down from behind by Sharif Denson with a little help from Jordan Castell. But 7 yards on the carry. Oh, and Moss is down.
That was the old, I think in the NFL, what they call it, the hip tackle, hip drop or something
hip
like
drop,
that.
Yep. Replay here for you, Shane Matthews. Oh, and when Castell came in to help finish the play, his knee got twisted underneath Sharif Denson. Reed just inside the right hash, trips right, single left. Now a motion, Concepcion right to left. Shotgun snap back to Reed. Gators blitz, he'll get it over the middle. It's broken up by Miles Graham on a pass intended for Ashton Bethel Roman. Would have been just enough for a first down, but Graham able to break it up. Graham's had 2 pass breakups this year coming into tonight's game.
Gators brought pressure off the edge. Nobody picked him up. Was in the face of Marcel Reed. Forced a bad throw. Another big third down here for the Gator defense.
A&M 3 for 3 on third down tonight. 3 and a long 3 here for the Aggies. Reed will bring Concepcion across. Jet sweep to Concepcion. Wrapped up and tackled. I think he's short. Not a great spot for the Aggies down at the 44-yard line. They needed the 45. Jaden Robinson with a big tackle for the Gators. Decision time for Mike Elko here, out near his own 44. It looks like he's going to go for it. Might see if the Gators... 2-player shift right. Reed in the shotgun. Hard count. Now goes up to the line to reach under center. Tush push possibly here. 4th and a yard. Still no movement up front. Look to the sideline again. Play clock winding down. And the Gators hold still, do not jump.
Delay of game.
And delay of game called against the Aggies, and they look to punt now, as it will be 4th and 6. Nice job. Booms one down toward Brown, fields it at the 9, calls for a fair catch. That's a 50-yard punt by Tyler White, but the Gators hold here. Between the hashes, take the jet sweep. Jaden Ball on the Wildcat goes forward. Only gets about 2.5 yards on the carry. TJ Searcy, former Gator, makes the tackle for A&M. He's one of 2 Aggie defenders that used to wear orange and blue. The other is Scooby Williams.
That Wildcat scares me this part of the field here, just because you know the running back's not used to catching that snap very often.
But he is a former Wildcat quarterback.
Good point.
Lagway now back behind the center in the shotgun. 3-by-1 set, takes the snap, pressure coming, winds, throws right side. Nice catch by Dallas Wilson. Good for a good Greek moving and storage, moving of the chains. First down Gators. Good Greek moving and storage, your superhero movers.
Good timing there. Dallas Wilson had man coverage, press coverage. He just went down to the sticks and stopped. DJ took the snap and let it go on time. That was a good throw and catch.
First and 10 out to the 21-yard line now. And a flag down. False start Gators.
This is what we can't have.
No.
False start on the offense, number 53. That's a 5-yard penalty.
That's the backup right tackle, Bryce Lovett, who's playing here in the second quarter. Le'Veon Moss, by the way, now is going to the Texas A&M locker room. The running back injured on the Aggies' last drive. First penalty against Florida. Beg your pardon. Second penalty against the Gators. And now first and 15. Back it up to the 16-yard line. Lagway sends Brown in motion out wide left. 3-by-1 set. Shotgun snap to Lagway. Hands it off the ball. Running to his left. Cuts back inside. Broken arm tackle. And he'll get about 3.5 yards toward the 19. Tackled by TJ Searcy.
Just ran outside zone to our left. Not much work in there. Kind of an interesting call on first and 15.
Let's see if it sets up a call here that has Wilson now out wide right. Hanson same side. Vernell Brown now orbits into the backfield. Now bullets to the right. Lagway takes the shotgun snap. Set the wide receiver screen. It's broken up. Ball in the backfield to the left was tackled as the ball was coming his way. That's legal. And Tyreek Chappelle blows up the play here, and it's 3rd and 12 as a result.
Gators had a lot of smoke and mirrors on that play. Vernell lined up in the backfield in motion out to the right. DJ looked right, tried to set up the halfback screen to the left. A&M played it extremely well.
Tall order now, down by 7.
Be careful here.
Throwing down, obviously. Tight out A&M. They didn't like the look.
Did you see Mike Elko run?
Yes.
Timeout, Texas A&M. They're first of the half.
Crowd roaring again. Lagway trying to communicate to the offensive line out of this timeout. There was a timeout called by the Aggies. Lagway now ready. Takes the shotgun snap. Twisting up front. Aggie defenders come in. Pass to the left side. Caught by Ball. But he runs out of room and they don't get much. They may have lost yardage on the play, and they did. Yeah, it's a loss of 2 to the 15-yard line.
We checked to a halfback.
Number 76 of Florida is now
swing, screen. Our linemen just didn't get out there to block anybody. They got to have some urgency.
Dolman to punt on what is now 4th and 15. Aggies' opponents now have gone 1 for their last 26 on 3rd down. Low snap fielded by Dolman. Got it away, but not a great punt. Toward the near side, fair catch called for. Concepcion, who's battling a hamstring, lets it roll inside the 20 where the Gators down it.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask on the kicking team, number 0. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
That's on Sharif Denson.
On the previous play, the receiving team has elected to replay 4th down after enforcement. It will be 4th down.
Well, wait a minute here.
Yeah, I thought they may do this, make us re-kick it because of the poor field position.
Yeah. Concepcion up to his own 46. low snap. Doman kicks it end over end. Not very well. And it is a problem. Short punt, angles left, bounces into the Gators bench. Reed motions Craver to the left. Throws right to Concepcion. Slipped the tackle and cuts inside the numbers to the right side for a gain of about 9 yards. The pitch and catch stopped by Cameron James.
Yeah, the Aggies just ran a wide receiver screen to Concepcion. Man, Marcel Reed, boy, he flipped his hips and fired that thing out there quickly. And, I mean, I think Concepcion's just trying to fool all of us about his hamstring.
I guess so. Reed now 9 of 11 passing. Second and a long yard, or like 2. 2-by-2 set. Handed off. Left side, Owens turns the corner, got the first down, finally tackled at the Gator 29-yard line by Aaron Childs.
Well, we had nobody to set the edge there, Sean. That was just way too easy on just a handoff sweep play to the left.
It's Jaden Wood's side. He's on one edge. The near edge occupied by Cameron James at the moment. Well, we haven't called George Gums' number, have we? Got to be on the field for that. 1st and 10 Aggies at the 29. 3 right, single left. Reed fakes the handoff, pulls it out, boots to his right. Pursued from the backside, tucks it, and gets knocked down from behind. Devin Moore came all the way from the opposite corner to bring down Reed. And that was dangerous because he clipped Reed from behind.
That was tremendous effort by Devin Moore. He came off a blitz on the offense's left side. They ran a naked bootleg towards our sideline to the right, and he just hustled, and made a tremendous tackle.
Yeah,
kept Marcel Reed.
Kept it just to 2 yards, 2nd and 8 for the Aggies. Off the right hash, handed off to Owens. Stopped in the hole by Miles Graham. Well, he only had one man to beat. He got a good push up front. Graham was unblocked and stuffed him. And friends, this is a key 3rd down at the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 6. Their kicker, Randy Bonds, longest make of the year, 49 yards. They are in range. 21-14 Aggies. Reed in the shotgun, audible at the line of scrimmage.
The Gators are showing all-out blitz here. I bet they back out, though.
3-by-1 set, snap back to Reed. Gators bring 4, throw over the middle, broken up by Graham. It was intended for Craver at the 6. Graham at the last second came in to help Cormani McClain and blew it up.
Yeah, great play by Miles Graham. As I said, I thought we'd back out. We showed a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage. Miles Graham was right over the left guard and bailed out at the snap. They tried to hit, who was that, Craver?
Yes.
Down the seam. Great play by 5 on defense.
So now Bond will attempt a 43-yard field goal off the right hash with Tyler White holding. Snap back, the hold's clean, kicks away for Randy Bond. He's got the distance, and it's no good. It's no good, and that's another big stop for the Gators defense. I don't know, did he just not square it up?
Looked like he hooked it a little bit.
But the Gators get a stop here, and I think you're right, Shane. He hooked it left of the uprights.
Yeah, that was a big stop for the Gator defense, Sean. There's 4:17 left in the half. Things have kind of settled down on both sides offensively. But remember, the Aggies get the ball to start the second half. So crucial here for us to get some first downs, try to put some points on the board, but hopefully not give the Aggies the ball before the first half
I was
ends.
just going to say, can you use all 4 minutes and 17 seconds here?
I'd like
Langley
to.
and company out of the pistol, 1st and 10 of their own 25. Ball behind DJ. Tight end left, couple receivers right. Jackson now moves to the left. Turn handoff to Ball. Trying to go left. Is brought down into the arms of the Aggie cornerback. And brought down at the 28. We'll call it a gain of 3. Ratcliffe, the safety, actually on the tackle. Ratcliffe had a career high 8 tackles last week for the Aggies in their 31-9 win over the Bulldogs. We'll see the Bulldogs next week for homecoming. Officially 2nd and 7. Jackson motions across. Fake the handoff. Lagway throws right side. Wide open catch at the 30 by Ball to the numbers and brought down here near the line to gain. The spot will be everything. It looks like he got it. They've already motioned the change. First down, Gators.
Good choice by DJ. We tried to take a shot. I think it was Sturdivant ran a deep post out of the play action. Really soft coverage by the Aggies. And the flat was wide open after faking to Jake Ball.
Ball came into the game tied with Alabama's Kevin Riley for most receptions among SEC running backs. Big one there. 1st and 10 at the Florida 36, down by 7. Aiden Jones at right tackle. Snap back in the pistol to Lagway. Hands it off the ball, started right, bounced to his left. Forward for a couple. Tyreek Chappelle makes the tackle for the Aggies near the 2nd level on the play. And an injured Aggie down at the end of the play.
Outside stretch play, the zone play there. Jaden Ball did a good job pressing a hole, made a jump cut backside to pick up some good yardage.
Got 3, it's 2nd and 7. DJ Hicks, their starting defensive tackle, helped off to the far sideline. Gators will huddle here. 2:42 now on the game clock. Florida has 2 timeouts remaining. Ball motions out of the backfield. 3 right, 2 left. Lagway in an empty here in the shotgun. Takes the snap off the right hash. Darts one over the middle. Down to make the catch. No, Trey Wilson couldn't get the low ball thrown just a step behind him. Chappelle and York defending on the play.
Yeah, Gators motion to empty. It was man coverage, 1 high safety. DJ tried to fire the slant to the slot receiver, just threw it behind him, low and behind Trey Wilson. He was open.
3rd and 7, and Florida's yet to convert a 3rd down. 0 for 3 today. Lagway with ball on his right hip. 3rd and 7 from the Florida 38. Motion Brown to the left. Takes the snap. Lagway scrambling to his right. Has to throw it away. Throws it out of bounds. There's a flag down. 2 flags down. 1 on the near sideline and another between the hashes in the backfield. This is going to be against A&M. Oh, this is huge.
I think we got an offsides on A&M and a holding on us. That's my guess.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Offside on the defense, number 50 in the neutral zone at the staff. Holding on the offense, number 58. Those penalties were offset. We do a replay of 3rd down.
Shane, again, maybe I'm slipping on my rule book here. Why wouldn't offsides make it a free play and negate the hold? That's just me.
I agree.
Barber called for the hold on Deion Hayes, who was the man who went offsides. Replay 3rd and 7. Trips in the triangle left. Lagway gets a do-over. Lagway in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking left. Throws. Looking for Dallas Wilson as the ball sailed over his head. He was knocked out of the air by Des Ricks.
That was one of those exotic pressures on 3rd down, Sean, and we had a lot of confusion with our protection schemes there. DJ kind of rushed that throw and threw a high, hard one over Dallas Wilson's head.
For Florida, number 76 is now 82. 76 is 82.
You're looking at home and listening to us on the radio say, why isn't that pass interference? That ball's uncatchable. And the Gators will punt with still 2:14 to go on the 2nd quarter clock. The Gators defense has stiffened up and they'll need to be strong here down the stretch of the first half. Bussey now deep to receive. Doman's punt much better this time. Bussey toward the far sideline. Will it bounce over his head, and Doman got it down It kicks out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Reed in his own end zone takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Owens, who gets maybe 2 yards to the 6. Reed with his heels at the 1. Takes the shotgun snap. Gators rush 4, throw left side. Caught by the tight end at the 10. And then wrestled out of bounds by Aaron Childs. So Bort Kircher has his second reception of the day for A&M.
That was good. He threw a flat route to the tight end, but he threw it so hard and up the field, out towards the sideline, that he caught it and stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
So we save our timeout right here. Big third down right here, Sean.
3rd and 5. Aggies are 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Spot the ball at the Aggie 9. They bring Craver in, and he'll line up as one of 2 receivers left for Reed. He's a problem. Single man coverage, wide right. Motion to the tight end left. Reed takes the shotgun snap, looking right, throws, misses. Concepcion on a quick slant. It is incomplete, and it is 4th down and 5 for Texas A&M. And now the Aggies will be punting from their own goal line, really.
They try to throw a slant to the wide field. Jordan Castell was kind of in the middle of the field, but he saw it coming. And let me tell you something. Concepcion, he made a business decision there. He wanted no part of that throw.
No. Jeff Cardozo just pointed out 12-second possession for the Aggies. Brown back for the Gators at the 45. Maybe the Gators can block a punt for the 2nd straight week. Back it goes to the left-footed punter who spirals his kick down the far side numbers. Brown fields a fair catch at the Florida 41-yard line. 1:46 on the clock. Down by 7. 1st and 10, Florida at their own 41. Brown to the near side with Dallas Wilson. Lagway in the shotgun with Ball. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Ball runs to the right side. Broken arm tackle and got nearly 9 yards. The spot is not kind to the Gators. It's just prior to reaching midfield. Spotted just shy of the 50-yard line. 2nd and 2. Lagway in the pistol will motion Brown right to left. Takes the snap, hands it off to Ball. Ball between the tackles, breaks the plane of midfield. 2nd effort, 1st down Gators. The line to gain was the Aggie 49, and he pushed forward for 1 more and the 1st down. Searcy makes the tackle for the Aggies. The clock now at 1:13, stopping with the movement of the chains. Now winding after the chains are set. Trips in a triangle left, single right is the tight end Hansen. Now Wilson motions right to join him. Lagway raises his hands to the shotgun. Taking a long time to snap the ball here. Slaughter sends it back. Lagway, good pocket, now climbs it, flushed out. Moves to his left, jump pass left side, incomplete at the 38 for Dallas Wilson. And Chappelle was in the neighborhood, but not really defending.
Yeah, they got good pressure. Well, that play took way too long.
Yes.
I mean, it was like, I think you said 1:13 when they started this play. There's 42 seconds left. We had too much motion and shifting. We can't do that in this situation.
2nd and 10 now, the Aggie 48. Trips left in a triangle, single right. Lagway hands it off to Ball. Wrapped up after bouncing off a defender for no gain.
No timeout.
Timeout, Florida. Albert. Batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Albert Regis knocked it down. There's a flag down on the play.
I'm glad it was batted down because it was a pick 6.
It's going to be against Florida.
Illegal formation on the offense, more than 4 in the backfield. That penalty has been declined. It'll be 4th down.
Fourth and 10.
Such good offense early in the game.
Yeah.
Both teams here sputtering around here late in the 1st half.
Gators going to have to punt. Dolman comes off the near sideline to punt And both teams will receive a grade of F inside of 2 minutes. Bussey is the deep man for A&M. Aggies not good on their last offensive touch. Florida essentially the same. 4th and 10 from the 48. Can Dolman do it again? Put it inside the 5. Dolman gets it away, end over end. Is going to bounce at the 2 and roll easily into the end zone. Touchback. Single right, 2 left. They will hand it off. And Owens running to his right, busts up a couple of tackles and ends up getting a carry of close to 7 yards out to the 27-yard line, and that should do it. Clock's at 13 and running, and yes, the Aggies are heading for the locker room. Who has not allowed a kickoff return yet tonight, sends this one to our left, and it will be a touchback as well. Reed in the shotgun, and we're underway in the 3rd. Snap back, hand it off. Reuben Owens into the arms of a couple of defenders, gain of 3 yards, and another Gator loses a helmet.
Yeah, buckle that chin strap a little tighter.
Yeah, and again, it's Burrow. I think that's twice it's been him to have to come off the field for a play. Second down at 7. One of their 2 running backs in that 2 running back threat, Moss, hurt in the first half. Owen stays in. He's on the left hip of Reed. Reed throws, and a slant drop by Concepcion. And again, he's got the alligator arms, if you will, on a ball that was there for the taking. Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was just a missed opportunity. Thank goodness by Texas A&M. They brought Concepcion in motion from left to right, and then he ran a slant from the outside. He should have caught it, but Marcel Reed threw that ball almost too hard.
3rd and 7. Aggies are 3 of 6 on 3rd down. Spotted between the hashes. Snap back to Reed. Pocket closing. Fires a big one down the right side. Overthrew Concepcion at the Gators 28. They took a shot on 3rd and 7. And now the Aggies will punt. And the Gators defense has a good start to the second half.
Yes, indeed. That was a big series for the Gator defense. And I'm not sure why. We know Concepcion's one of their big play receivers, but we know he's been kind of hampered all day.
Yep.
Why fire that thing down the field to him?
Pocket was closing. There's only been 1 sack in the game. It belongs to the Aggies. Brown deep to receive. Punts away, low, and fielded at the 22. Brown runs to his left, trying to get to the 30, and he got across the 30 and was brought down as he got outside the near numbers. Trey Wilson slot right. 1 of 2 out there. Left hash. Lagway takes the snap, hands it off the Ball. Ball to the right side. Got met 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. Dalton Brooks sticks down Jaden Ball. That was Ball's 14th carry of the game.
Yeah, that Dalton Brooks is a safety, and he hit the hole quickly. Look for the Gators to maybe see that, play action, and throw it over the middle.
2nd and 8, gain of 2 officially. The noise has been a factor for the Gators offense. Lagway with ball on his left hip, pull at the back out to the right. Lagway takes the snap, pocket closing, sacked at the 23-yard line. Cassius Howell from the blind side picks up his 8th sack of the year.
Yeah, Austin Barber just got beat. I don't know if he obviously didn't hear the snap count, but good dip move by Cassius. Had no chance there for DJ Lagway.
Barber had only allowed 2 quarterback hits all season. And now it's 3rd and Houston. 3rd and 16 to be exact from the 24. Lagway, screen pass out to the right. Vernell Brown Jr. caught it, lost the football. May have been recovered at the 30, and it is. A&M knocked it out of Vernell Brown, the 3rd chance. Fumble, and the takeaway for the Aggies.
throw the wide receiver screen. I'd like to see a replay to make sure they recovered this in bounds.
Torian York jumped on it.
Yeah, they definitely did.
It was punched out by Damian Sanford, the linebacker. And a short field now for the Aggies offense. 1st and 10 at the Florida 29. Up by 7. First takeaway on either side. Reed on the left hash in the shotgun. 2-by-2 set, fake the handoff, sends it out to the tight end, left flat. Hurdled a man after making the catch, and good for 14 yards and a first down to the 16. What a play by Amari Niblack, the transfer from Texas.
Yeah, he's a big, strong tight end. That's just a normal flat route Marcel Reed put right on him, but he broke a tackle running down the sideline.
1st and 10 at the Gators 16. Reed in the shotgun on the left hash. Single right, 3 left to the boundary. They'll hand it off, and a good play in the backfield by the Gators defense. Jaden Woods, Cameron James in on the stop for Florida to bring down Reuben Owens.
Yeah, they try to run that counter play to our right, or to the offense's right. Jaden Woods is playing the other backside defensive end. He just ran it down from the backside. Good play by the young freshman.
No gain. 2nd and 10. Borkircher, the tight end, is right. Opposite him is the tight end, Mellon Nordstrom. Fake the jet sweep. Reed all day to throw. Sends it right side. Tipped, almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Borkircher, and Sharif Denson was in the neighborhood. That would have been key. I think he might have been gone if he could get that ball that ricocheted off the big tight end.
Yeah, one thing about Marcel Reed, I mean, he's a good little player and got better as a passer, but on these little shallow crosses, Sean, he's throwing them 100 miles an hour.
So 3rd and 10. Trying to hold him to a field goal attempt. Into the 16 of the Gators. Trips right, single left. Reed takes the shotgun snap. Gators blitz. Flush him out, he's rolling right. Cameron James trying to stop him. Got inside the 10, out of bounds, near the line to gain.
That'll be close.
That'll be close. Looks like they're spotted at the 8. And he's going to be short. And Cameron James, I mean, all the effort he could muster to get Reed to the boundary before the marker, and he did. It's 4th and 2, and Randy Bond on to kick a chip shot here for 3 points. This will be a 26-yard attempt off the right hash. He hooked the last one off the same hash mark in the first half. This one a bit closer. Tyler White to hold. Snap back, and the kick is away, and it is right down the pipe.
But we got to stay out of 3rd and longs, or we don't have a chance.
Brown's going to field this at the goal line. Between the hash marks, runs to his left. Got a good return past the 25. Hanson back to the formation. Lagley off the left hash in the shotgun. Jaden Ball's the running back. They'll hand it off to Ball. Ball nowhere to go. Play blown dead. And there'll be a loss here on the play. Now it's just shy and goes to the football on the 25. Loss of a yard. So 2nd and 11 as Sturdivant motions out to the right slot. Lagley takes the snap. Rolls to his right. Lines, throws, right sideline, incomplete. Looking for Sturdivant near the 49-yard line. Sailed it on him into the Aggie bench. One-on-one coverage against Chappelle.
Yeah, Gators did like a delayed roll right. Tried to run Sturdivant on an out and up kind of a wheel route. Really good coverage by A&M. They weren't fooled at all.
3rd and 11. Here it is again. The Gators are 0 for 7 on 3rd down. A bullet ball out of the backfield to the right. 5 wide here for Lagway. Lagway's now 14 of 24 throwing. Play clock at 1. Got the snap off. Here's the midfield. First down, Gators. They move the chains, brought to you by Good Greek Moving and Storage, your superhero movers, and that was big.
That was huge, Sean. They brought one of their exotic blitzes. DJ took his steps and got rid of it, threw it to the open area. Good job by Trey Wilson adjusting on that throw.
First and 10 in midfield. Sturdivant motions out of the backfield, wide left. Lagway takes the snap. Pressure coming, throws right side, open, and he missed. Dallas Wilson at the Aggie 22. He got loose against Ricks, and that's the D-back that the Gators were picking on back in the first quarter. Just missed him.
He did miss him. I think we ran a double move, like a hitch and go, and he had about 4 or 5 yard step on him, and DJ fired it out of bounds. That one, if we could have just put a little drop shot, would have been a huge play.
Wilson checks out. Trey Wilson now motions right. Dallas Wilson on the near sideline. Second and 10 in midfield. Lagway gets the snap, takes the handoff, throws over the middle, caught by TJ Abrams. First down, Gators on a gain of 15 to the 35. Will Lee makes the tackle. First catch for Abrams.
That's the RPO game. Fake the inside zone. TJ was the single receiver to the left. Just read the wheel backer and fired the slant behind the linebacker.
Pistol formation, 2-by-2 set. Tight end right for the Gators. First and 10 of the Aggie 35. Fake the jet to Trey Wilson. Fake the handoff. Lagway throws left side deep inside the 10. Incomplete. Abrams wanted pass interference called on Des Ricks. Was not going to get the penalty marker. It'll bring up second down.
We had the right play call. They played man coverage, so we had the right receiver and the left receiver running crossing routes to the pylon. Coach Napier and Abrams thought that he got grabbed a little bit.
Yep. Sturdivant checks out. Vernell Brown the third back in. Dallas Wilson back in. Wilson lined up wide right, man coverage against Ricks. Vernell Brown motions to the right side. And now they'll back off and zone it. Lagway on second and 10. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Ball. Trying to get past the block of Damian George and only got 2 yards. It's going to be third and long again. 3rd and 8 upcoming for Florida.
Yeah, this is a big third down, Sean. No matter what happens here, DJ cannot take a sack, right? We're in field goal range. It's a 2-score game right now. We need points. Hopefully we pick up the first down, but if not, you have to throw this ball away.
Trips left. Tight end right, now shifting left. Everything loaded to the left side. Spotted between the hashes, 2nd and 8 at the 33 of the Aggies. Lagway ready for the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Ball. Broke a tackle in the backfield. Squirming inside the 30 and gets to the 28. The setup will likely be a field goal attempt here for Billy Napier. The yard line to gain is the 25, and here comes Trey Smack. Evans made the tackle for Texas A&M to keep it from being a first down. Doman will hold here, and he's going to put his hand down on the 35. So this is a 45-yard attempt right down the middle of the uprights to our left. And in his face, but it's a huge grandstand tall behind the uprights. Smack ready, Doman ready. Snap back, great snap, good hold, kicks away, and it is good. Trey Smack sends in his 9th field goal of the year. Each team has a field goal here in this quarter. And a touchback once again for Trey Smack.
I agree. I mean, anytime you turn the ball over where we did and you hold them to a field goal and then your team goes down and answers, should be a boost for the guys on defense.
Reed will take the snap and hand it off, and a modest run, maybe 2 yards, probably more like 1 here on first down for the Aggies. Ruben Owens with another carry for Texas A&M. And Tyreek Sapp gets in on the tackle. alongside Jamari Lyons. The Gators have not pressured Reed enough, Shane. No sacks in the game.
Yeah, it looks like here in the second half, Sean, we're playing a lot of two high safeties. Not as much man coverage as we had in the first half, where we gave up a lot of big explosive plays.
2nd down and 8 officially. Reed throws over the middle, balls off the shoulder pads of a lineman, and ricochets incomplete. Gators would have loved to pick that one out of the air. I can't tell if Jeremiah McLeod just got hit with the pass or actually got a hand up. Here's a replay for us.
He was trying to throw a little spot route to Concepcion, and he's listed as 6'1", I think, but I don't know if he's about 5'11", 6 foot.
It hit McLeod in the brain bucket. 3rd down and 8. A&M on 3rd down, 3 of 8. Reed takes the snap. Pocket closing, flushed out, running right, throws on the move, caught by the tight end and brought down by Thornton at the 31, short of the line to gain. So Borkircher, for the 2nd time in this half, has a reception but runs out of room and they're unable to move the chains.
Another really good series. Again, we just played a too high shell, keeping the ball in front and coming up and making the tackle.
Mel Brown the 3rd, back to receive. The punt from Tyler White on 4th and 4 at the Aggie 31-yard line. This is a 1-score game. 1 turnover in the game. Fumble by the Gators by this guy, Vernell Brown III. Calls for a fair catch and fields at the near side numbers just past the 25. 2 tight ends set, both shift to the right of the formation. Singles to the outside on each side. Now Brown motions. Fake the jet to him. Lagway drops back, scrambling, lobs it underneath. Check down to Katie Daniels. Flag down the backfield. Daniels made the catch. Brought down at the 32, but this might be coming back. Albert Regis on the tackle, but this has all the signs of a hold, and it is. An untimely penalty here at the start of the drive.
Yeah, that was good movement by DJ, just avoiding guys in the pocket and finding his check down, Katie Daniels. But this is not where you want to be at this part of the field, especially.
Didn't get a number from Lee Hedrick. It's going to be Barber on the replay here.
Yeah.
And Barber's had to deal with Cassius Howell today, which was going to be a tall order. That dude, first team, SEC, number 2 in college football in sacks coming into today. He's a load. 1st and 20 after the penalty. Now at the 15. Lagway fakes a handoff. Howell coming. Hits Lagway as he throws the ball. Wounded duck. Wobbles incomplete over the middle. And Barber got beat again by Howell. And Austin is really frustrated. Again, Barber had only allowed just 2 quarterback hits all season.
Yeah, he's got a quick first step, and he's coming off that edge. Yeah. I mean, if we need to chip him, let's chip him.
And by that, you mean keep a running back in?
Yeah, just have that running back come to his rib cage as he's rushing the passer, and put your shoulder pads right in his rib cage. He won't rush as hard. Yeah,
Barber's lucky to call for a hold again. Trips right, single left, and whistles. Might have a timeout called.
The previous play, the ruling on the field, it was a forward pass. That play is under video review.
As opposed to what? The fumble? I mean, yeah, Lagway's arms moving forward in the throwing motion here. If that's what Hedrick and his crew are reviewing.
Under review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It is an incomplete pass. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one seems
that last picture was very clear.
3-by-1 set. Handed off to Daniels. Big hole left side. Trying to beat him in at the 25. Trucked him. Flag comes in at the end of the play. Way back in front of the Florida sideline. This is a great run by K.D. Daniels.
Yes, it was a good call.
Will this be tacked on to the end of the run, or is this coming back?
It's like we're walking backwards. We motioned to a 3-by-1, and it was kind of the same form. I'll let the guy make the call.
Personal foul, blocking out of bounds on the offense number 6. That penalty will be enforced after this is the goal from the end of the run. We play second down.
That's on Dallas Wilson playing his second college football game. And he kept blocking Will Lee past the sideline.
Yeah, he'll learn from that. But it was a good call. We motioned the tight end out to the 3-receiver side, and that's the way the formation we've been throwing the wide receiver screen, but then ran the ball back to the weak side, and it was blocked well. That's an unfortunate call. Dallas, he'll learn from that mistake.
It just washed out the run, and it's basically a do-over now. 2nd and 19, just past the 15-yard line. Lagway on the left hash in the shotgun. Takes the snap after checking the play clock. Hand off to Daniels. Driving to his right, gets out to the 22. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long again for the Gators. The line to gain is the 35-yard line. And Florida's 1 of 9 on 3rd down. Albert Regis tackled Daniels at the end. Gators' last drive got a big chunk play on 3rd and long. 3 points. Motion Brown left to right. Lagway in the shotgun from the 22. Pocket closing. Rolls right. Lagway's got to throw it away. Everybody covered downfield.
Yeah, the pass rush is getting us right now. Our protection's breaking down. DJ's having to escape. He escaped to the right. Saw nothing and fired it into the A&M bench.
For Florida, number 76 is now number 82.
So Doman on to punt. It's 4th and 13 at the Florida 22-yard line.
Yeah, we kept Hayden Hansen in there for Cassius Howell to help Austin Barber on that play.
Bussey back for A&M at his own 32. Doman sends a spiraling punt toward the near sideline. And it'll go out of bounds somewhere between, it looks like, the Aggie 35 and 40-yard line. Snap back to Reed. Fakes the handoff. Throws to the left side. Catch made at the line of scrimmage. And 5 yards after the catch for Nyblack. 2 passes to 2 tight ends.
Just another flat route to the short side. Ball's on the left hash. Their tight end hit the flat. They're making us come up and make these tackles because the flat route's wide open all night.
Looks like a gain of 6 to the Gators 44.
They've kind of got away from their running game ever since Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Moss?
I mean, yeah, that's him too.
Yes. Yeah, he left the game in the first half with an injury. Mari Daniels now the running back. Snap back to Reed on 2nd and 4. Blitz coming. Chased Reed out. Running toward the left sideline and will miss the line to gain. He steps out here in front of Miles Graham. But all kinds of pressure got in there quick from Robinson and Gums for the Gators defensively. It'll set up 3rd and short.
Yeah, had a lot of pressure on his backside, his blind side. Did a little spin move, outran us, picked up a couple yards to put him in 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 to be exact. It's a long 2. It's shy of the 42. The line to gain is Florida's 40. Reed ready for the shotgun snap. Motions the receiver left to right. Handed off, and Daniels got a hole, and he's good for a 1st down. Forward progress to the 39, driven back, and another Gator loses a helmet. 3rd time tonight. Oh, it's Miles Graham this time. And Graham will have to come off for a play. Childs will check in for him.
Helmets come off a lot, don't they?
Yeah, 3 times tonight for the Gators. Each team with a field goal here in the second half. Down to 1:29 left in the 3rd. 24-17 Aggies and a 1st down at the Florida 39. 2-by-2 set. Reed takes a high shotgun snap. Dumps it off over the middle with blockers. Catch made by Concepcion, and he races inside the 25, brought down by Thornton at the 24. They had a police escort with him.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool play. They faked the jet sweep and then ran a little wide receiver slip screen back inside with the big guys already in front downfield because the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, barely. I'd like to think that there has to be some flag about illegal man downfield there. They were way out front. 1st and 10, fake the handoff, Reed to throw. Looking for the end zone, left back corner, incomplete. Intended for Ashton Bethel-Roman. And Thornton really good in coverage for the Gators there. They took a shot, and they'll bring up 2nd down and 10 at the Florida 24.
Yeah, good discipline by Bryce Thornton there. They ran a wheel route. He plastered his man, forced that throw out of the back of the end zone.
We're down to 33 seconds left in the third. Gators trying to keep this a 7-point game. 2nd and 10 at the Florida 24. On the right hash, Reed's got trips left. Hand it off, and Owens dancing to his right will get to the 21. Bring up 3rd down and 7 now for the Aggies. And Jaden Robinson with a good tackle for the Gators here on what will be the last play of the third quarter. There's still 17 seconds on the clock, but the Aggies will let this wind down. Reed with 2 to each side, takes the shotgun snap. Gators trying to push, they can't. Throw for the end zone. Intercepted by Castell in the back of the end zone. That's a stop for the Gators. Touchback, and Jordan Castell picks up the interception for the Gators, his 2nd of the year and his 3rd career INT.
Well, we just talked about it. We needed a turnover. What a terrible decision by Marcel Reed. I mean, they had double coverage. He had no chance of getting that ball thrown in there. He obviously did not see Jordan Castell coming off the hash. What a good interception on his part.
They bracketed Concepcion, the intended receiver. McLean was the other side of that bracket. And what a great turn of events here for the Gators to start the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and 7 at the Florida 21, and Reed throws his 4th interception of the year. So each team now has the takeaway. Aggies scored 3 with theirs. Let's see what the Gators do. 1st and 10 for Lagway and Florida at their own 20. Tight end to each side, Hanson and Jackson. Out of the pistol with ball. Lagway takes the snap, takes the handoff, rolls right, lobs it down the right side, coming back to get it. Sturdivant, first down Gators. He goes to the ground to make the catch on the near sideline at the Aggie, or the Gator 48-yard line.
Just a naked bootleg again. Sturdivant went down there and ran a corner route. He was wide open. He went down and made a good catch on a low ball.
Lagway breaks the huddle. 1st and 10 at the Gator 48. 47 officially. 3 to the left, hand it off, run to the right for ball. He crosses onto the plus side of the field. And his carry takes it to the Aggie 49, it appears, before Onyedum, the grad student, makes the tackle for the Aggies in the box.
The game of football is crazy about momentum. Aggies had a chance to, worst case scenario, put 3 on the board, turn it over, and here the Gators are driving.
2nd down and 6. They spotted it at the Aggie 49. Trey Wilson motions right. Lagway takes the snap, throws right side, broken up at the 40. Looking for Amir Jackson near the number there, the big number. Broken up by the tight end Sanford on the play.
They tried to squeeze that one in. Fortunate, DJ kind of did make a good throw, or it probably would have been picked off.
Dallas Wilson with 3 catches. Trey Wilson now with 3 catches. 4 for Vernell Brown III. Wilson wide left. And it's 3rd and 6, and the Gators 1 of 10 on 3rd down. It is really loud again. and the tight end back to help. Take the hit, no, give it to Ball. Didn't have anywhere to go, tried to go to his right, and stopped. No gain. Tyreek Chappelle makes the tackle, and it brings up 4th down. And Billy Napier may go for it here. He is. Lagway staying on the field. Still with 13:10 to go, down by 7. Trips right, single left. Wide left is the tight end Hansen. Motion Trey Wilson to the left, and he'll stop at the slot. Lagway off the right hash. Takes the snap. Blitz coming. Lagway throws over the middle. Tip. Incomplete. Off the hand of Vernell Brown III. Tried to make a great catch at the 35. And it's a turnover on downs, and will take us to a timeout. Takes the shotgun snap and hands it off to Owens. No, he kept it and trailed Owens in between the tackles for a gain to the 47 of the Gators. Gators hold him to just over 3 yards thanks to Brendan Bett.
That was an interesting play. I don't know if it was a zone read and Marcel didn't want to hit it outside. He just followed the tailback right up the middle.
2nd and 6 on the big board. Let's call it 7, shall we?
Gators need another turnover.
Change the play from the Aggie sideline. Every Aggie offensively looking toward the far sideline. Now with the play clock at 3, Reed takes the snap, hands it off. Owens running right side. Up, maybe a yard, maybe. Nice job staying home for Miles Graham. Graham picks up the tackle. The Gators defense just trying to keep Florida in this game, down by 7 on the road at the 5th ranked team in the country. 11:39 to go. The clock is running, and A&M is taking their Aggies sweet time. They face 3rd and 5 at the Florida 45. Reed with a hard clap, no snap. Motion out of trips. Jet sweep, Concepcion turns the corner, got the first down, and decleated at the Gator 39. Play went right, and it was Bryce Thornton who upended Concepcion, who did get the jet sweep for a first down.
Yeah, he showed a little burst. They ran the jet sweep from left to right. Tailback did a good job just getting a hand on the Gator defender, but Concepcion didn't look like he had a hamstring issue on that run.
No, he tried to hurdle an upright Thornton. The Aggies get a new set of downs at the Florida 38. Reuben Owen, rather, will take a handoff here. Along the far hash, gain of 2. Driven back by the Gators, a lot of them. Led by Miles Graham. A lot of orange helmets in on the play. And the Aggies flirting with field goal territory. Randy Bond's career long is 55 yards. So they need about 6 more yards. Maybe 8. 2nd down and 8. Gators lined up in the neutral zone, flag down. It was Tyreek Sapp. And this run that was held to just 2 yards is going to be worse for the Gators. Sapp lined up in the neutral zone on the near edge.
That hurts because we had him in 3rd.
Offside on the defense, number 94, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty with a replay of 2nd down.
I could see that here up on top of the stadium.
Yeah, and now it's going to be 2nd and short.
Probably 2nd and 3. The line to gain will be the Florida 28. Fifth penalty on Florida. 9:39 to go in the 4th. 2 tight ends to the left here for Reed from the 31. Very deep in the shotgun here is Reed. Fake the jet, hand it off to Reuben Owens. Graham meets him, and makes a tackle to keep him short of the line to gain. Be a yard or less shy. It'll be 3rd and very short.
Yeah, good discipline by Miles Graham there, not using his eye discipline on that jet sweep, which is the smoke and mirrors, and following his keys and making that tackle short of the line to gain.
Brandon Bett comes in at a defensive tackle. Cameron James now a little bit heavier on the far edge. Full huddle by the Aggies, and approach the line of scrimmage here at the 29, needing a yard. Heavy package, big backfield, handed off, first down, 2-yard carry. Ball came out. No, it did not. And again, Mekhi Barreau loses his helmet on the play and will have to come off the field. That's the 3rd time Barreau has lost his helmet tonight. They'll take him off. He tried to stay on, but a new set of downs for the Aggies, up by 7, and they are chewing up some clock now. 8:35 on the 4th quarter clock. It's now first down Aggies at the Gators 27. And this has them at the edge. They're right at the field goal line now, based on the career long for Bond.
They're definitely working that clock.
No doubt.
And they have another 25 seconds to run off.
They're just standing here. Clock's going to be under 8 minutes when they snap this football. Now ready. Reed takes the snap at 8 minutes on the clock. Handoff right side. Graham with another great tackle, pulling down Jamarian Moreau. Freshman running back stopped shade inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that play was blocked pretty well by the O-line by the Aggies, but Miles Graham, man, he has a knack of making tackles.
Graham unofficially with his 6th tackle of the game. 2nd down and 8 for the Aggies at the Gator 25. Just inside the 25. On the right hash, put 2 toward the boundary, double tight to the field side. With motion, they hand it off. Morrow again. Churns his feet, but stopped at the 21-yard line. Clock continues to run. The tackle made by Jamari Lyons. At the rate we're going, partner, the Gators may only have one more chance offensively.
Yeah, I mean, we need a turnover. Or if we stop them here, a blocked field goal attempt.
I'll take any of the above options. This is like watching slow motion right now. So it's 3rd and 4 for the Aggies at the Gator 21. And they may have gotten caught for a delay game. No, they call a timeout. It's Amari Daniels to put him on his left hip. Trips in a triangle left. Off the right hash, Aggies moving right to left. Fake the handoff, screen pass out to Concepcion near side. Catch, first down, and he darts down the near sideline. Wrestled out of bounds by Castell, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Texas A&M, about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, they lined up in a wide bunch, kind of, as you said, in a triangle. Just a quick turn and throw by Marcel Reed on the wide receiver screen, but boy, they blocked it up perfectly.
Yeah. So 1st and goal here with 6:05 to go. Jordan Castell just checked out. Reed on the left hash in the shotgun. Double tight end left, 2 receivers right. Daniels still in at running back, takes the snap. Handed off to Daniels, lowers his shoulders, stood up at the 5. So a gain of about 2 for Amari Daniels. 2nd and goal coming up. And the clock just continues to run here. And if the Gators go down, and Daniels lost his helmet, he's got to come off. Reuben Owens, their starting tailback, will come back in. All that Owens has done this year with all the yards, 276, he's yet to score a touchdown. He may get his number called on this play. Second and goal from the 5. Reed's going to hand it off to Owens, and he failed to get to the end zone. He does get to the 2, running to his left. He's kept out of the end zone on the play. Cameron James was in there for Florida. The third and goal here at the 2.
Yeah, they're just taking their time.
Yep.
This has been a long drive.
This will be the 12th play of the drive upcoming, and they'll have eaten up more than 8 minutes of the game clock when this ball gets snapped.
And it's not like they drove the length of the field. This ball started like right around midfield.
Yeah, it started at midfield. You're right on the 50. Shotgun snap, toss sweep left side. Owens trying to get to the end zone. Got there toward the left pylon. Just got in as he got through the arms of Bryce Thornton. Touchdown Aggies. Good play near the end, did not score. Has a touchdown here in their 6th game. The extra point was good. And it's 31-17. 5th-ranked Texas A&M leads Florida. We take a break. 4:39 to go. This is the Gator Sports Network from Learfield. Renell Brown the 3rd. Let it go over his head. About a yard or 2 deep in the end zone. And so after the touchback, off the right hash, here's first down for Florida. Langley takes the snap. Straight drop. Pocket closing. Ball knocked out of his hands. Ball loose to the 23. Looks like the Aggies have jumped on it. Yep. Texas A&M football. Dayon Hayes knocked it out of Lagway's arm.
Recovered by the defense for a first down.
Hayes coming out from the blind side edge, Shane Matthews.
Yeah, the left side, Austin Barber's had a rough night. Just been late getting off the ball. DJ gets stripped. Sack, fumble. Now the Aggies, I mean, I'm being picky here, but they went down and did the old NFL, the entire defense celebration in the end zone. That should be at least a penalty.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense for a first down after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Texas A&M bench for players leaving the bench area. That 15-yard penalty will be reinforced at the spot of the recovery. First down, Texas A&M.
Yeah, you got the penalty you wanted.
Yeah.
But you didn't want the fumble, I don't think.
No, I did not.
Takes the snap, hands it off. Run left side, spun the ball carrier Morrow around. Cameron James first to try and rake it out. DJ Smith, beg your pardon, on the carry is first.
First charge timeout of the half.
And the Gators will use one of their 3 final timeouts. Then A&M scored on 2 plays to answer. Reed keeps after faking the jet sweep, runs ahead, and he's right to the line to gain, which is the Florida 28-yard line. First down, Texas A&M.
That's the play they killed us on last year in our place. It's the jet sweep quarterback bash play.
Florida.
For 34 on third down.
Short of the line to gain. It will be third down and 1 yard to go.
4:14 on the game clock now. Reed with a full house backfield behind him, reaching under center. Tight splits up front. Turn and a handoff and a first down on the carry by E.J. Smith. Sharif Denson made the tackle. But a new set of downs here for the Aggies. The scoreboard shows the Gators with 2 timeouts remaining. We have it for 1 now based on what Lee Hedrick, the referee, said about choosing to go ahead and take the timeout even with the review of the spot of the ball.
Yeah, I think they would have started the clock and run down 25 seconds. So Billy went ahead and took the timeout.
Okay. Clarity there. The Aggies are 5 yards short of 400 total yards offensively. As it's 1st and 10 now, the Gator 27. Reed takes the snap, hands it off to Smith, running right side, broke a tackle, loose down the right side hashes. First down, Aggies to the Gators' 11-yard line. Michael Caraway, backup safety, made the tackle. Boy, tight turn as he got to the edge by Smith.
Yeah, that was a really good run. It was another power play, following his pulling guard. This, you know, Sean, when we talked a few minutes ago about how stout their defense is. Maybe it's the best we've seen or we see all year.
Right.
Offensively, they're pretty dang good because of the efficiency now with Marcel Reed being able to throw the football with the explosive plays.
Yes.
But losing Le'Veon Moss, you know, it could hurt them.
Smith with another carry on first down here from the 11. And he has stood up at the 9, gain of 2 on the play. So they've rushed for 179, passed for 236.
Florida. This is the third and final charge timeout of the half.
Reed in the shotgun. Motions Bussey to the right side of the formation. Another handoff. And E.J. Smith broke a tackle to get another yard after contact down just shy of the 6. Jaden Robinson on the tackle for the Florida Gators. They go 3 tight ends here. Handed off. E.J. Smith bounced off a defender or 2 in the backfield and ends up at about the 5-yard line. Gain of 2. Final hit applied by Sharif Denson.
They're going to run this down, call timeout. They may kick the field goal. He may go for it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know if any of it matters at this point.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You probably don't want to kick a field goal in case you bad snap or a block and we return it for a touchdown. We'll see what Mike Elko decides to do.
Elko's looking to go to 30 wins for his career, his 14th at Texas A&M. We're going to 14-5 in his 2 seasons with the Aggies, 8-3 in conference
Texas
play.
A&M.
This will be about a 22-yard attempt. Snap back, ball's down, the kick's away, and it is good. So Vernell Brown, the third deep to receive. Aggies kicking right to left with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining. Jeff Cardozo will visit with Billy Napier. 1st and 10, Florida at their own 25. Lagway by himself in the backfield, waiting a shotgun snap. 3 left, 2 right. They bring 4. Pass right side. Catch by Baugh for a gain of 3 and then cut down. The near side numbers by Jordan Shaw. They've got a lot of backups in now. Up 34-17. Leading receiver for the Gators thus far, Vernell Brown the third, 50 yards receiving. Flushed out, Lagway rolls right and throws it away into the stands past the Gators bench. Flag down. Flag in the backfield.
You know what I'd like to see us do in these 2-minute
Holding
situations?
on the offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. The replay of second down.
So that first play, you know, we checked it down to Jaden Ball. Clock was still running.
Yes.
But we had receivers flipping sides. A lot of 2-minute drive situations. You go 2-by-2 or 3-by-1 and you stay there no matter where you are on the field.
Yes.
We just don't have time to flip sides.
Maneuver, right. 38 seconds left after the penalty on Harris. 2nd and 12. Snap back to Lagway, throws out to Brown, left side wide receiver screen, catch made, races up the left sideline, trying to get some of that yardage back, and then forced out of bounds at the Florida 24 by Dalton Brooks. What do the Gators do from here, Shane? And I'm not talking about the final half minute.
You got to regroup and get ready to go back home and try to win a game. You know, that's one thing we got to get the program back to doing is winning all the games at home, no matter what.
Snap back to Lagway on 3rd and 11. Flushed out, scrambling, and sacked. Sacked to the 19-yard line. Tyler Onyedem, transfer from Iowa State, coming back home to play in his home state.
Holding on the defense, number 8. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, and that carries an automatic first down.
Yeah, no sack now. Jordan Shaw, backup nickel.
Timer, please reset the game clock to 24 seconds, 2-4.
24 seconds remaining. Again, 34-17, Texas A&M. By penalty, first down, Gators out at their 34-yard line.
Thank you.
Two to each side for Lagway. Takes the snap, dropped the snap, picks it up, throws over the middle underneath the ball, made the catch, and runs to his left to the 40, between the 40 and the 41. That could have been disastrous. And the clock now underneath 10 seconds left. We'll see if the Gators get one snap left. That's at 4 and 3, 2, 1. Got the snap. Lagway takes the snap, rolls right, throws, and a catch made in midfield by Vernell Brown III, then runs out of bounds, and that's it. The ball game's over, and Texas A&M